Hey, it's Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com. I'm going to try and demonstrate this trade here. Um, we've got a bigger channel here. All right, we did get, our order did get executed. I just used a stop order, one tick below our signal bar, which is this big bearish bar right here. We just try to scalp out with 4 ticks. This may be a real quick one here, hopefully. Um, but we've got a bigger channel here, and I believe with a median line. And we've kept going lower, but we haven't been able to make it all the way to the other side. But we finally got this big bearish leg here. And we had a two-legged correction back to the EMA with a nice bearish bar. So hopefully we'll get our 4 ticks here and get a nice scalp. And I know people like to see the demonstrations and know kind of hear what I'm thinking. So I'm trying to record these when I've got time. But I really like this setup. That's very bearish. It bounced really quickly on me there. It's not surprising really, but because there are some stems in here. But this is a nice two-legged pullback to the EMA. That's a bigger bar, so I'm guessing that a lot of traders are going to try to get in on this one with a limit order. So it doesn't surprise me that we're pulling back. People trying to get a little better entry. We'll see what happens here, but got another stem there. I still like this to the downside. I really am looking for a measured move all the way down here. And generally, if you get one really strong move, the other leg is not nearly as strong. But you can see a measured move gets you, it's actually a little bit too long there, exactly to the other side of the channel. And so that's what I'm looking for. We're not trying to do any runners or demonstrate any runners on these. We're touching the lower side of this bit. I think there's a bigger channel here and that this is a median line running down through here. It was pretty easy to find this first couple of swings here, but it was hard to get it to fit on the bottom. You see we're bouncing off my exit limit order there now. You just need one more tick. And it's not surprising that we're finding some support there because we bounced here. There we go. We finally got that move. And I'm guessing we're going to work our way on down here to the other side. But again, notice the big leg down, the two legs back to the EMA. Look at that great. There was a first entry here, and look at that great signal bar right there. I really like that signal bar. Um, Not surprising that it bounced there because a lot of traders, that's a big bar. They're going to try to get a better entry, and they're not going to all hit the stops. But it moved down really quickly and then kind of bounced. But there's also going to be some buying in here because look, we bounced 1, 2, 3, 3 times, and then we kind of bounced off that bar. Um, so that doesn't surprise me. But that was a fairly easy and quick scalp, and we could go higher from here. Just okay, I wanted to go ahead and show you the rest of the trades I saw today, just so we could wrap this thing up. I demonstrated the trade already, but I've come back and put the trades that I saw on here. And there's some other trades in here. There really was a short here. I didn't, I'm actually going to draw this one in purple just so I don't forget to explain it. But when I came in, there was actually a trend line working right up through here. That's what I was looking at. Trend channel, and you can see that fits really well up through there. And we got the break here, moved to a new high. But by this time we were kind of in a trading range too, so you could treat this as a couple of different ways. But there was a first entry right here, but unless you got in with a limit order, you can't take it. So I waited on the second entry, which came here, and that gives you, and it's coming right off the bottom there. So I like that entry, even though it's not a great signal bar. There's a couple of little matching lows right there, and so it bounces perfectly right off the EMA. It gives you a chance to get in before you get up here. It goes a little bit higher, so it worked out really well. And then you get this failed break up here, and this is really bearish right here. Um, you might have tried to get in up here with a limit order if you could, but if not, just put a stop right here because there's plenty of room. There's a failed break. There's plenty of room before you get back to here, and you see it goes right on through and makes a lower low. Um, it was tempting to go long right here, but you didn't get a very good signal bar, and then you get this bar, and going long after that, unless you let it break above and maybe used a limit order. But the fact that we broke out the top, we've already had the break, and we made a lower low here, that's not a good sign. So I really don't think it's anything worth going long for right there. You're better off to wait on another short up here, and you get one right at the same place, and then of course you draw those lines off those first two. Originally I had it a little lower, and that might still be it. It still fits really on all the closes and everything down through there, so that may still be it. Uh, but I liked that short right there. You got plenty of room before you get back down here, and of course it makes another lower low. And then if you drag this down, it kind of fits in here. And it looked like there was a channel, but we kept overshooting it more and more. And so now I'm really starting to believe that there's a this is a midline and there's another channel down here. It's just a matter of working through all this support till we get on down there. And you can see how this ended up um, kind of being real choppy right here. It's just kind of a trading range. It's more acceptance of prices than rejection of them. So um, we may come up here and get another shot off that line again. We'll just have to see. But I really thought we'd work our way on down with this leg here on the trade I demonstrated, which you see that didn't happen. So, you know, you're not always right when you're trying to second guess price action. But I drew this one. There's a failed second entry long here that is a trap. Um, but I just, you know, if you'd got a trigger below that one, I'd have probably said, yeah, but then it turns green and you don't get your trigger till here. I just think it's too risky. Um, it's better off to wait, and then you get a great entry right here. And look at that, easy, and you get a runners with that one. And then I drew this one in green. It's a second entry short. Uh, that's a pretty bearish move down. You're probably going to get another leg. The problem is that it's in the middle kind of, and it's not a very good signal bar. If you did enter, there was a break and a little close and a move to a new high, and there's kind of a double top there, but it's just risky, kind of like right here and kind of like right here. Again, it works, but I don't think you want to take that. I think you're better off to wait on something up here. You do get a nice trade down, and then it's working its way back up. You get a little break here, and so your first entry after the break, this is really a second entry short, new low, first entry, pullback, second entry, but we just now had the break of the trend channel. We don't really have a new high yet. That was really, really tempting right there. Um, and so aggressive traders probably going to go short right there. Um, but if you do, you get burned on that one. You're better off again to wait till you get back up here. You got to just be a little bit patient. So you got your break, two legs up to a new high, and then look at that thing turn right there, and that's a big bearish bar. You really could have gone short right there below this bar, but you're better off to wait on this one and then try to let it come back and get in it, or either take the second entry right there and then look at that thing go. And then you got two legs back, and the reason I really like this one, we talked about it in the trade, I really thought we'd go ahead and make another leg down. But you can't ignore the fact that that's a second entry short. That's a very bearish bar. Uh, there's enough room to get out, which we got out before we made the new low, and then you kind of bounce, and it tried to go low a few more times, and it's bouncing again. So you may get another setup here for a short. The fact that didn't get down here for another measured leg could be telling. We could be going to reverse out of here and go higher. So we just have to see what happens. But for now, we're still making lower highs and lower lows, so be careful about that. There is some strong support down here. We probably need to go ahead and draw our line down here, and if prices come down here again, I would be, really leery about entering in here short right in here without enough room to scalp out. Just have to see what happens. But that's what I saw today. Hope you enjoyed the trade example. Um, and I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. But you can see the EMA steadily moving down here. This is more of a, notice how prices are swinging back and forth to both sides of the EMA. That's more of a trading range type price action. So you got to be real careful about getting short at the lows or long at the highs, because that's what they do. They trap you. And now you can see we're trying to set up another big move down from here. We aren't quite back to that trend line, but we may not get there. So just have to see what happens. But that's what I saw today. Um, hope you had a good trading day. We'll be back to do it tomorrow, but I'm going to wrap it up for today. This is Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.